little bit, because it's going to be a Beastmaster having to go against a Stormhammer and a Cold Feet combination. Sure, AA does not deal very well with multiple units.
Fortunately, that's what Insania is there for.
Now that I'm looking at Sven, like at one point, Sven is just going to struggle. They have so much kiting potential. You have Boar, you have Beastmaster Roar that goes through Magic Immunity. We did not miss this first blood.
What happened there? Because it didn't look like anybody on the side of FlyToMoon was low. He walked into tower range.
Well, you know, sometimes you do stupid stuff early on so they don't happen later.
Okay. You get rid of the stupid moments? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. That's a strategy I got to try out my pubs now. Okay, now we're approaching the 5-minute mark, so Boxy, he can start going for the polling, but you could see VToon. He's reading exactly what the Darkseer wants to be able to do and trying to play against it as much as possible. Roger trying to get a block in on Insania here, and Insania might be bailed out by Mickey. In fact, he will. The Stormhammer was enough of a stun. He was able to get away from that Boar. But just everywhere we look, it's just kind of good things for FlyToMoon and he was able to get on out of there.
And Earthshaker refilled the bottle for Zeus. Sadly, they did not get the Invis rune on top, so now Zeus needs to be more careful about the rotation coming out from that Tiny.
Insania, you are very dead. He got a kill on the Courier. I'm not sure if you're going to say that's really worth it. Taiga's going to come over. They actually may fight this. The Storm Spirit thought about maybe rotating, and he was like, no, we're not going to do that. Now they're going to go for it as the supports separate away from Iceberg. They get the combo on him. So in the end, they do trade a support for a core there. Boxy thought about going for it. He did some... Oh, he'd already blown his Surge. That's why VToon really wants to try and catch him right here. But the Surge is going to be up in 1 second time, so Boxy should be able to run away. And is he going to TP out? He does. He's good.
Beastmaster Zeus has another ulti ready. That's a lot of stats. This is a good item. I mean, you would want to have something like a Keen Optic plus Jelly on your Zeus. Storm Spirit making a move.
Definitely could have got that kill. Looks like he's going to with the help of Taiga. Koifa still has half his mana pool, so not in any danger, that's for sure.
Out his Q just to be able to spam out the lanes, push them out, and not feel threatened by rotation. But they'll still have very good heroes against the Zeus, don't get me wrong.
Okay, Taiga's making some pretty good rotations here. If they can bring down General, which they should, the toss up in the air, pops the Fairy Fire, and pops the Wand. Neither is enough to keep him alive, though.
That's a full Mask of Madness, Sven. He is extremely farmed right now. And I know Team Liquid really loves to stack the jungle. I just want to see how many stacks they have right now.
Always on a fly, getting found deep in. I'm a bit surprised whenever I see a team not really do it at all. Insania being given the solo experience here in the top lane, but it's not going to last for long as Roger does a cute little cut through the trees, and the Fissure block, while the Fissure may miss, they certainly have the kill nice and easy. Hard to pressure and get out of this lane that it's looking like FlyToMoon is just going to be able to get a free tower top with little to no punishment. Maybe a kill on Always Want to Fly. The Fissure looking to be able to stall him out. The Avalanche, though, catches Always Want to Fly, and he will get popped. Back over to the double damage rune. Taiga's going to try and protect that, so the Storm Spirit has the refill, body blocking, and Koifa does manage to grab it. Refill up, the double damage gets him the kill onto Roger as well. Nice. You think you have to have that dispel against this item?
I'm not a big fan of Mantis style, but maybe if you just get... I mean, he has Armlet. Getting something like a Heaven's Halberd could tank you enough and get some stats.
Tower alive, the Fissure block is there. No Ice Path to really follow it up. The Siege Wagon is still alive, and it is doing some good damage onto this tower, especially with the Beastmaster Aura and VToon putting in a little bit of work as well. They're going to force out the Rage. Taiga's going to come in. Iceberg, he drifts a little bit too far and immediately gets caught by Koifa. Taiga comes in and gets the kill on Always Want to Fly as well. He's looking
15-minute Blink Dagger, which is insanely good. Then they can play globally with the Storm Spirit and AA.
That'll be a big pickup, and they can start hunting down Iceberg like they're doing now. Koifa gets
no one on the panel, and we talked about it, did not like the Zeus pickup because you're playing into Storm Spirit. He's still toe-to-toe in terms of net worth, but there's a huge difference like when it comes to a mid-game.
Taiga.
Also, Taiga can achieve so much. Okay, hype it up.
Yeah, there's so many heroes around here.
Hype gone.
Opportunities, easier kills, better farming mechanisms. Here goes that second Primal Roar, and it's not going to get the kill onto Boxy. Even though that ensnare was nicely used, there's the reveal of the Orchid from Koipa. With the double damage rune, Taiga immediately going to TP out of this top lane.
This is the pickup that they needed.
Are they going to completely retreat? Or are they going to play in a high ground here? They're a little bit separated, so retreating is the best option for now. Always want to fly, turning around, and embracing the smoke to make sure that his Beastmaster has seemingly brought a number of teams into that kind of like cusp of being truly tier 1. Koipa gets the initiation, follow up by Taiga. A quick kill on Always Want to Fly.
In less than 30 seconds spawn time. Also, I think this is a huge debate going for that Manta style. I mean, alright.
Oh, the Ice Blast gives him the walk away. Cool guys don't look at explosions, Lacoste.
Yeah, he did the math. AA. Well, sometimes I've even seen Darkseer getting that item, you know, because he does not rely on dealing any physical damage.
Smoke breaks. They use the Zeus ultimate to get vision. Very similar to the way you would use Spectre off of a smoke. It's going to feel good about it. Okay, they're just going to smoke. They've got the Blink Dagger on Roger. This is what they're waiting for. They can get the initiation onto the Storm Seer. They'd be really big, and they're going to let it rip. Quick kill, an unstoppable streak claimed. Oh, but they're actually going to get the counter kill onto Roger. He just walks away. The Ice Blast, I don't think it's going to kill him here. But the tree, probably still not enough. Should have done it. Okay, well, Liquid, now they know they have to be careful, but at the same time, we have an Aghanim Scepter up on Mickey. So all of that kiting that you were talking about before, its impact is going to be significantly lessened by the fact that we have this. Echo Slam was used. We know about the Blink Dagger. They are not that scared of taking team fights, and a nice combo that almost caught V-Tune. Boy, that was super scary. The Avalanche toss into the Stormhammer could have just 100-0'd him for 8 seconds. I mean, most team fights are determined in the first, like, 5. Echo Slam initiation, once again catching Koipa here. Another good kill for FlyToMoon with their Echo Slam, but they need to be able to catch some more heroes, bigger ones, like this stun onto Mickey, which may get him caught here. It's going to be a little hard to get out, but he turns around, strength, and just 4-shots him. The toss up in the air onto V-Tune. They're going to throw out some stuns onto Mickey, but you can see Mickey is just putting in the hurt right now onto Roger and doesn't give a damn about FlyToMoon. The Rage the man to dodge resume denied. Cause Virtus Pro says, come back in a year, son. Maybe when you've got some more experience under your belt.
Oh, that was a tough one. I mean, Zeus, once again, being out of position. This is going to be a full team wipe. I don't think Always Wanna Fly is getting out of this one. I mean, Tiny is booking his ticket on Tiny Airlines, and here he comes.
Blindly into this high ground area. As soon as it pops, Taiga jumps forward, does land Roger, but he misses. Roger actually blinks in return, but Roger's stuck in the corner, and he's going to be caught by Mickey. They stop the initiation from FlyToMoon, but Mickey is in all by himself. The bird is roared up underneath the Macro Fire. He's taking so much damage. He gets off the Stormhammer, but there's the Aeon Disc from Iceberg protecting him. And what a folly from Liquid. Why would you just force it like that, Lacoste?
They had no vision. They were climbing uphill. Look at this. And snare from the high ground. I think what they wanted to do is just ran out. So they, and also good positioning from FlyToMoon. Now they're going to take the Aegis. They had to buy back on the Earthshaker. So he still has ulti.
Trying to catch the Earthshaker here and see if he can burst him down. And he does manage to do so with enough mana to...
And you can do it instantly if you like disassemble the components and just unlock them during a fight.
Yeah, that is such an obscure mechanic that your guess is as good as mine. Is they're going to be able to get the Nimbus plus Roar initiation that picks off Boxy, and Roger follows that up to be able to get the stun onto Mickey. Now the Orchid goes out to prevent any follow-up stuns, but Mickey is still taking a lot of damage. Taiga tosses Mickey back into the base to try and...
Sure, same goes for Zeus. So that's going to be a lot of refreshed abilities.
That's a pretty cool idea. Mickey does have the status resistance to help deal with that. Initiation on Always Want to Fly. Gets away off the Glimmer Cave at the same time. V-Tune trying to get the face of Mickey. Now, they didn't pop the God Strength here. The follow-up initiation from Koipa as he uses his BKB. He's got to be careful. The Primal Roar, though, pulls immediately up the Beastmaster into the two-man Stormhammer stun. That's looking very pretty with the Avalanche over the top. The Macro Pyre wall is keeping them at distance, but Liquid now sees them low enough that they can commit. V-Tune is low, and they're just going to man fight him until V2 eventually runs out of steam, as his lifesteal can only do so much. Liquid, finally, the first aggressive maneuver we've seen from them in about 8 minutes. And
you're playing against the Storm Spirit, full mana, full HP. They might use the scan. If you just try to use a spell, you're gonna die.
I'd love to see what happened to the Earthshaker there, because I remember the initiation started on Jakiro, and then the pull was on the Beastmaster, and they got the 2-man stun from the Stormhammer on Lifestealer Beastmaster. So what happened to Roger?
I did not see, I have to say. It was pretty chaotic.
Fight. Who's going to be taking this next Roshan? Will this smoke work for FlyToMoon? Approaching with Roger. Got the Echo Slam ready to go. If they get the right initiation, if they catch Koifa here, it would be massive. Just a little bit too far away, just a bit shy. Now he makes the jump, catches Koifa, quickly brings him down with a Nimbus. Koifa's gone. Initiation counter follow-up as the Stormhammer going down on the General. They're going to make sure there's no Primal Roar. Actually, it looks like he already used it, but Koifa with the buyback and the long zip in. He immediately addresses Iceberg. He knows who he wants to go for, and there's the Dispel onto the Yule Scepter. It cost them a buyback, but if they...
Even though Koifa used the buyback, he's going to be the one picking up that Aegis, so 2 lives, pretty hard to take down. He might also consider getting something like an Eon Mist. What are you laughing about?
I want to see more teams. Meepo is so good. I remember when you couldn't push Meepo's base because you like, you'd kill him on your side of the map, and by the time you got his side, he was already there. Good jump onto General. Very important kill.
Somehow he still managed to get that gem back, I guess with the courier, because Liquid did not see it, but he lost it once again. Nice.
And somehow he was that far out and still did not manage to farm another buyback. So Liquid, it's annoying to push high ground. No doubt, but Taiga's going to try and break this by being able to jump in and quickly grab the Jakiro. Now, Mickey's going to be able to man fight against V2, no problem, but eventually his BKB is going to wear out, and that repair kit's going to come into play and heal that. Scepter finish for Sven, so V2 checking out here. They've got vision of him. Mickey immediately going to pop the God Strength, going for the jump, ends up on the high ground.
He's stuck.
Is that where he wants to be? Mickey, he needs another Stormhammer to be able to get down, and he sees the opportunity on Roger with a great pull-in from the vacuum. Koifa managing to survive thanks to that magic lamp. V2 was able to TP out, at least with the rage, but it looks like Liquid, they've got such mobility, all that extra catch. Now, Koifa's going to be caught with very little mana here. Magic lamp going off, and he still has the Aegis as well, so he's actually going to be fine for now. They have a Fissure and a Lightning Bolt that they can place down immediately onto the Storm Spirit, but not enough follow-up there. V2 instead, now he's going to charge forward, starts poking at Mickey, but that's all really it is. Just kind of poking. Eventually, there's the vacuum Stormhammer, a big hit on 3, and that is going to be the conclusion of game number 1 as Liquid close it out in fancy, fancy style there.
I like how they just showed Insania on camera, who was being cold-blooded, not saying anything. You know, the rest of the team was just clearing them up.
But do you think he's Ancient Apparition is a fitting choice for him?
You're thinking Veno offlane and Tide mid?
I'm thinking either. I think it just think about like how do you fight into like a Veno Tide Undying if you're Liquid?
There's no real burst damage, so both Tidehunter and Faithless Void will farm in this lane. It's just how much Faithless Void can get out of this lane. Let's see the mid matchup. So it's gonna be Psyblades, level 1 on Koikwa. Try to get as much damage as possible, always on a fly. This is one of his best heroes. You know, he's not afraid to die after using his mana.
Dire's courier.
Or I anyway, just casted this match, or not this matchup, but 2 days ago we casted the Huskar versus Void Spear, I think it was. Hellraisers played that against Bait. And while they did manage to win, it was surprising how Denny was actually able to do pretty well in those first, like, in the CS department. Of course, a lot of this is going to be neutral creeps because, as everyone's been talking about, at some point in time, you just got to go jungle. Ooh, looks like he's getting a little bit low here. Always on Fly, tries to get off the Soul Rip, but he gets silenced, and First Blood goes to Boxy.
Small victory for Always Wanna Fly, getting that observer ward. I mean, you gotta stay positive.
Yeah.
He just died there. You need to find something good in what he just did. Insania in a bit of trouble.
He does have Fairy Fire as well as Stick Charges. He pops them both to stay alive here. Mickey, surely a bash is going to come in here as he had hit a number of times without it. They just can't win the man fight, though, against this kind of damage from the Anchor Smash that is preventing Mickey from doing anything and just overcommits. He ends up this damage off of the max health of the creature. So if you can play around some of those bigger hard camp creeps, it's pretty hard to actually contest it. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Radiant structure.
Taiga trying to go and cut some creeps, but Always Wanna Fly makes a really good call and picking up an early dust. General slowing down Insania a little bit more. Faint Bolt could be used here. Is that going to be enough? They're going to have to dive in deep into the tower. One more hit and they get it.
Tower is under attack.
Delay the Tombstone death, but eventually it's 125 gold for Koifa. Now they're moving down to bottom lane, trying to, you see them dropping sentries. They're trying to do everything they can to find that big opening on a core. They wanted the Huskar kill, but he was busy jungling. Now they rotated to bottom, but didn't really find the opening there either. Uh-oh. Fortunately, the silence there. There's the epicenter. He's got it. And there's the Burrow Strike. The burst damage is more than enough to be able to kill the Huskar. Big difference between this new Huskar and the first use of the Chronosphere as well. Mickey just wants an additional kill. And you could see why. They still have the Siege Wagon up. So they think if we get enough kills here, maybe old phase shift, not good enough. Still hits Boxy, still hits Mickey. And Mickey, time walks away. The Burrow Strike comes through and it pulls.
Like, Sanking will need to be careful about using that also. Like, there's some really nice spells to steal for Rubik. Rubik was always considered as one of the best heroes against the Sanking. Stealing that Burrow Strike.
Hit by the dust, but Taiga, he wants to be able to fight around this. The rest of his team is still here. FlyToMoon, they got baited in by just having the vision. Oh, look at that. The ultimate got canceled there by Iceberg. Thanks to the Golem drop. Perfectly timed by Insania. Rogers just in deep, and he does manage to get the kill on the Sand King, but it's such a hefty cost as now the Animage is dead and Iceberg is low.
He TPs, gets a hero kill with the Mana Void, that's it. But if Puck still has ultimate, like, you're gonna be straight up dead.
Oh, Mickey, come on, man. Smoke doesn't quite break, though. They really need this kill on FlyToMoon, but it's looking like they're not going to get it. Oh, that is very unfortunate.
All right, this is a big DD for Huskar. He's pinging it out. Also, I talked about his itemization, so he realizes they can easily burst me, so I'm just gonna get Armlet into BKB, which I like here. I mean, you're still playing in the Chronosphere, playing into Deso, but you need to get rid of those Fatal Bonds, not be stunned by or locked down by Coil or Burrow Strike.
Do you think Halbert's still worth investing? Oh, Epicenter's going to go off. They're going to try and burst somebody down, and it's not going to be the Huskar. They're going to go for that support. Always Want to Fly. Those still manage to get off everything. Tombstone goes out. They have a nice Chronosphere on it, too. That's going to be able to set Koifa up for the free damage onto Iceberg. Now they've taken down the primary damage dealer. In general, he's going to die without using his Ravage. Back over to the Undying, who eventually, despite the initiation from Taiga not actually killing them with the burst, they managed to get just the perfect Chronosphere. Now, that kind of team fight win leads straight into Roshan. They get the kill on Roger. Upgrade, and that is the BKB on Koifa. It's going to be comboed.
Double damage.
Double damage here from Koifa. So they're going to lead off a quick stun onto Always Want to Fly and turn that into a
Ts that go through Magic Immunity.
I have to say, I would feel a lot better about FlyToMoon's lineup if it was the previous patch. So, Magic of the Burrow Strike, and okay, they're going to drop everything they have to be able to catch this Animage, and it was just Nilly. Boxy. They're going to try and catch him. Does Rubik have Stolen Time Lock? Is that what he's got? So he's going to lead off Telekinesis into the net. So that was a very cute comp. Got a ward on the high ground. They see the Huskar over here. The rest of the team isn't around Mickey just yet. He's calling to him. Hurry up, guys.
Come.
We've got the opportunity. I can get the Chronosphere with him on the edge. And is it enough for Koifa to get the damage in? It is with that meld and all that minus armor. They're managing to bring down Iceberg.
Savage, but they don't have a single spell they can throw inside a Chrono besides the Fade Bolt.
That's true. Oh, they're going to jump
but immediately Ravage, just go for it, but the Burrow Strike follow-up, that actually stops a lot of damage from VTune, and now VTune stuck inside the coil, the counter Chronosphere, but it's not gonna do anything. You're already caught, you're already dead, you've got no damage, the upheaval's gonna slow everybody down, and 4, make it 5, General, they're gonna chase him all the way into the tier 3 here. That's a wipe, and
Puck, you know, against the AM, so that leash mechanic just destroys him. You cannot blink, there is no save, and they took out the Huskar as the primary target. Roche just respawned. Cooldown on Chronosphere, 60 seconds. Ravage is used. They can just run into the Roche pit right now.
I just can't believe V2, like, you gotta pop your spell shield. When you just jump in like that, you can't underestimate Liquid. You have to be like, okay, they're probably going to counter initiate if we jump them. So you just got to pop that spell shield.
Yeah, you need to counter initiate. All right, so FlyToMoon, they know what Team Liquid wants to do, so Liquid just bails a bit. I don't think you're taking this fight.
BKB and now an Aghanim Scepter for the Puck. Now, they may not have Ravage. Oh, this is going to be just so deadly. Insania, look at this high ground positioning and always want to fly. He is now out of position trying to stop this. VTune does come out and does manage to get a quick kill on a Boxy. That's really good, but at the same time, Roger is very likely to die here. And inside the pit, Burrow Strike got out. Roshan's low, finish off Iceberg, and they grab the Aegis. No, he grabs it just before he dies. A second life.
Cheese on the ground.
Taiga, hello, wake up. General, he eats the cheese, and now Liquid, who had probably a free opportunity here to be able to get some kills, are in serious trouble. BKB, Burrow Strike Epicenter goes on out. Iceberg is going to get blown up a second time, and they don't have the vision to be able to spot Koifa, so VTune couldn't stick onto him. Only with the cores around, nobody has the detection, and now he's going to be kited around. General goes in, tries to bail out his core, but once again, he's going to die very last in a team fight. Liquid, the tombstone to the other side of the Roshan wall, you know? He didn't really need to walk all the way around.
Yeah, he definitely did not need to use it on the high ground.
Melee Barracks is going to go down, and Mickey will escape cleanly. The initiation from FlyToMoon is just kind of non-existent without
those.
That's a Kyle. Liquid, get onto the high ground here. And are they aware to jump in? Ravage on to do that. Beautifully set up. They can get the Mana Void. The spell shield actually goes off this time, but the Burrow Strike still slowed a little bit. They managed to get the kill. Turn around. Taiga activating his BKB, gets off the epicenter. And even if they kill Mickey, the true damage is coming from Koifa as he delivers another beautiful strike that brings down the Undying Iceberg. Left stuck inside an upheaval. And now it is just a pitiful life for a Huskar who is past his prime. Lacoste, his time is over. And now the stronger carries will rise up.
Yeah, he's not having a good time. It was a great setup from FlyToMoon, you know, using the Ravage there, blowing up Faithless Void before he could get any spells off, but still not enough. Like, they also needed to bring Koiko down because they had to just call it. That's it. Like, I mean, there's nothing they can do in this game anymore.
Liquid, they finally win a series, and they do it very cleanly, too. A nice 2-0 against FlyToMoon, so they are still in contention.